Getting high tech on this show now. All right, y'all. Welcome to the commish recap for week number 8 of the Schwing Dynasty. It's getting into go time now. Week 8. It's time to stop messing around. We're getting that final run towards the playoffs now. After this week, we got 5 weeks left till the playoffs start. I'm going to stop that song right there. We have 5 weeks left till the playoffs after this week, which just finished with the conclusion of Monday Night Football. A riveting affair between the Steelers, led by Mason Rudolph, and the Dolphins, led by Ryan Fitzpatrick. Definitely how you saw that going at the beginning of the season. All right, let's jump right into the reviews here. The game of the week was Bert versus Mark. It ended up being a pretty good game. It was decided by Sunday night pretty much, but it was a decent game. 176 to 158, the final score. Bert beats Mark. I picked Bert. I went 5-0 on this week. I picked correctly in every game. So I picked Bert. He won. He beat Mark. Bert moves to 5-3. Mark goes to 3-5. Player of the game, Cooper Kupp. I know Mark is hoping, it is not Tyler Lockett and his unprecedented 100 yards, which is worthy of immediate Hall of Fame suggestion or Hall of Fame nomination. I don't think any receiver has ever gone for 100 yards, and he should definitely have been rewarded 3,000 points for the week and given Mark the clear win. Definitely. That discussion is totally legitimate. Scoring systems, I'm not a dictator on this league. If you guys want to change them, I will seek the opinions of everybody. So let me know if you agree with Mark. Maybe touchdowns are too valued, or I don't know. The standard scoring would be 6 points for a touchdown for everyone except a quarterback. We make 6-point quarterback throws for a touchdown, 6 points as well. But if anyone feels that touchdowns are too valuable compared to yardage gained, let me know. My biggest question would be, how many yards should be more than a touchdown? Okay, so if you get 2 touchdowns and you get 12 points with 2 catches, that's 14 points. If you get 20 yards, that's 16 points. If you get 100 yards, that's 10 points plus whatever catches. You're probably looking at pretty close, 14, 15. So 100 yards and 5 catches would trail 2 catches for 20 yards and 2 touchdowns by 1 point. So, it's up to debate what you think, how we could change that. But yeah, Tyler Lockett was not the player of the game in our current scoring format here. Player of the game was Cooper Kupp, 35 points. He balled out at the beginning of that game especially. He looked like he could score 50 in that game if you were watching the first quarter. He ended up with 35. And then the dumb sit of the game was also for Bert. Miles Sanders on the bench with 24 points, and he played Ty Johnson in Detroit. A reasonable play, of course, but the dumb sit for Ty Johnson only got 6 points, and that's an 18-point difference there. So Bert goes to 5-3. Mark drops to 3-5. We're going to hear those numbers a few times today. There is definitely a top group forming, marching towards the playoffs right now. And then there is a group that's starting to need some serious wins in the next few weeks. All right, I'm going to move on to me versus Sean, a game that just wrapped up with the Monday night game. It was probably wrapped up before the game started. I felt confident about it. I had a lead and had the Pittsburgh defense against Miami, which at first looked a little scary as Miami scored 2 quick touchdowns. And Sean had Mike Gesicki, and he fell victim a little bit to the Fitzpatrick style of playing, where the tight end is almost non-existent because Fitzpatrick cares about one thing, and that's just bombs. He throws bombs. That's what he does. I picked myself. I won. I didn't write the score down here, but I know I won by it was like 180 to 167 or 178 to 167, something like that. So close win, but I did get the win there. Player of the game, I'm going to give Saquon Barkley the player of the game in the win with 33 points, but certainly Latavius Murray for Sean, 42 points, kept him in this game, made it close. That's a big game. So Saquon in the win, Latavius, old Lats Murray in the loss with 42 points. that'll be interesting to see Sean's adjustment once Kamara comes back. And then the dumb sit was for me, Daniel Jones, 39 points over Ryan Tannehill's 26 points. That's a 13-point difference. I go to 5-3. Sean goes to 4-4. So I'm the second player on the week to move to 5-3. And Sean, at that 4-3 mark, we were tied. Now he has dropped back to 4-4. He is dead center in the middle of the league, I believe. I'll have to look that up pretty soon here, but I believe Sean is the midpoint of the league. So you can measure yourself against the Sean scale. If Sean is above you, you are in danger. If Sean is below you, you are a power top, like a few of us are. All right. Steve versus JD. I picked Steve. He won, of course, because it's Steve, and he's got the New England Patriots defense and other good players, and he seems to keep finding players to fill in. Austin Eckler does crap, so of course, player of the game, Tevin Coleman, goes off for 40.5 points. My Tevin Coleman, my San Francisco 49ers, undefeated, 7-0, top the NFC. 2 undefeated teams left in NFL. I do not think that it is close between the two teams. The Patriots are a better football team, of course, than the 49ers, I think, at this point. But I'm still proud of the 49ers, 7-0, and Tevin Coleman gets the player of the game in this one with 40 points. Steve goes to 7-1. JD drops to 3-5. So he is on the bottom side of the Sean scale. The score was not close, 217 to 159. This is like Steve's third or fourth week of scoring over 200 points. He's certainly the odds-on favorite at this point for the Schwing Championship. But eventually, New England's going to have to play somebody good. We'll see. The dumb sit of the week was not a huge one. It was Emmanuel Sanders. JD left him on the bench. Another 49er now. Got 12.5 points over D.D. Westbrook at 8 points, so it's about a 12-point difference there. 0.8 points, I should say. 0.8 points. I don't know if he got a run or if he caught a pass that went backwards, but he had less than 1 point as a wide receiver. That's kind of amazing. So yeah, about a 12-point spread there between Emmanuel and Dede. The next game, last game actually to go over, Lucas versus Adam. I picked Lucas. He won. It was 192 to 151. Lucas is on the top of the Sean scale at 5-3, not the on top, but above the Sean scale at 5-3. Adam is currently in last place at 1-7, but no longer winless, which is nice for him. I skipped a game. That's what happened. I thought this was going a little too fast. Yeah, I skipped a game. I'll get back to Daryl and Phil in just a second. So, player of the game in Lucas v. Adam is Mike Evans, 42 points. Monster game for Tampa Bay. And there was not really a dumb sit in this game. They didn't really have many points on their bench that were left over, so I didn't pick a dumb sit for that game. Daryl versus Phil, I skipped somehow. Daryl, I picked him. He won 186 to 114. Huge spread. That's looking like the big spread of the week. 74 points there, and JD was, not quite 70 points. So that is the spread of the week, the big beatdown of the week there for Daryl. Okay, go away. I'll talk to you later. Kids just walking in here. They just think they can just walk in anytime. Not my class, not my time right now. It's my break. It's one of the only breaks I get today. First thing in the morning. Lame. All right. Where was I? Daryl, Phil. So Daryl's 5-3. Phil goes to 2-6. Player of the game, Aaron Jones with 44.85 points. That's going to be the player of the week as well. He gets the player of the week. Status this week, I think he's the league topper in points. Pretty massive game there. He outplayed Latavius Murray by a couple points. So here's the thing to know. Oh, the dumb sit was Danny Amendola for Daryl over Marvin Jones. Daryl can't catch a break with Marvin Jones. He got the dumb sit last week. The dumb shit sit last week, not playing Marvin Jones. So he puts him in, and now he gets the dumb sit of this game with Amendola outperforming Marvin Jones 17-6 for 11 points. Not a huge spread, but Daryl just cannot catch a break with Marvin Jones, but at least he got the win in a big way. So here's the thing to note for this game. Phil had 18 players on his roster with less than 6 points. Less than 6 points. And most of them had less than 5 points. That is an unbelievable number of players not scoring a lot. There were some zeros. There was definitely some zeros and buys and injuries. But he had quite a few 3s, 4s, 5s. So 18 players on his roster scored less than 6 points. That's troublesome. Okay. Dumb sit of the week. It's not a big one. Miles Sanders for Burt, or for Burt. 18 point spread over Ty Johnson. There was not a lot of points left on the bench this week. It's that time of the year. We got some buys going on. We got players on the bench. We got a lot of zeros on the bench. So we're rolling through though. Right now we got Steve at the top of the league, 7-1. Then we got a cluster of 5-3, I believe. I'm 5-3. Daryl's 5-3. Bert is 5-3. Lucas is 5-3. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 players at 5-3. Then we got the Sean Scale at 4-4. Yep, he's right in the middle. I think that would put him in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure that's the playoff breaking point. Is 6 players. I'd have to look at that. I believe it is a 6-player tournament. First round buys for the top 2. And then we've got JD at 3-5. Mark at 3-5, just coming in below the Sean Scale. And then Phil at 2-6 and Adam at 1-7. So that's it. That's the recap of the week. Nothing. Sorry, I'm a little tired. I'm back here at QAW, filming at work again. Not as fun as filming at home, but also just a little tired coming off the break. So a little lower energy on the video, but that's all right. I'll get back to you guys on Thursday for the picks when I'm a little more excited for the weekend. All right, peace out, brothers.